Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Language Arts, So Can You. I am your host, Mr. Novak, and today's lesson is on the use of quotation marks. Now, quotation mark can be used in 3 instances. The first is when it is used in dialogue. Dialogue can be found in most stories and allows the reader to experience firsthand what is said between 2 or more characters. When it is used in dialogue, only what the character actually says falls between the quotation marks. You can see the quotation marks at work in the following example. "I never received your phone number, Deborah," said Philip. You can see the quotation marks surround all of what is said by the character Philip. The next instance where quotation marks can be used is when you're referencing titles of short works. An example can be seen in the following sentence. "I love the show Adventure Time, and my favorite episode is The Lost Shoes." As you can see, the shorter work, because it's an episode, gets the quotation marks. And the show Adventure Time is either italicized or underlined, depending on whether you are typing it out or writing it by hand. Finally, you can use quotation marks when including exact words from a source. An example of this can be seen in the following sentence. "I believe real detail was used in the book The Egypt Game when the author wrote, 'I can't smell anything.'" In this instance, because you are quoting a book, quotation marks go around the exact words that were used in it to show that they came from an exact source. Now that we have covered all 3 types of quotation mark use, let's do a few practice problems to make sure that we have it. Now, over the next 3 problems, let's practice putting quotation marks where they belong, as well as identifying what types of quotation marks are being used. Here we go. Example 1. "I never called them, but I need to know about the spaceship," exclaimed Elliot. I'll give you a few more seconds to put those quotation marks down. Also, make sure that you're either identifying it as you're citing a source, you're quoting dialogue, or are you highlighting short works. Well, let's see what we have. First and foremost, the quotation marks in this sentence start before the word I and are completed after the exclamation point. And the type of quotation use in this instance is dialogue. Did you have it? If you didn't, that's okay. We have 2 more instances where you can try to hone your skills. Here we go. Example 2. "Not only do I love the show Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but my favorite episode is the one titled Teens from Outer Space." We'll give you a few seconds to work out what type of quotation use it is and where those quotation marks go. Alright, in this example, the episode Teens from Outer Space should have the quotation marks around them, starting at the T in teens and ending right after the period. Now, the quotation mark use is when you are using quotation marks with shorter works. Did you get it? If you didn't, we have 1 more example for you to try. Here we go. Example 3. In the book The Lost Boys, David Fichter describes the town as dark and scary. Now, we'll give you a few minutes to work on the quotation and work on what type of quotation mark use it is, so sit tight. Work it out. You can do it. Alright, and it looks like we're ready to go over it. The quotation marks in this last example belongs around the words dark and scary because they are the exact words from the source. This instance is probably one of the trickiest quotation mark uses to spot and see, especially if you have never read The Lost Boys. You yourself need to know how to use this because it is a skill that you will have to use in high school, college, and for the rest of your lives. Alright, that about does it. Today we covered quotation marks and their use in dialogue, when citing a source, and when you're citing a smaller works, which could include TV show episodes, newspaper articles, chapters from a book, and even articles from a magazine. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.